Okay, we're back again. We are doing mirror talk. Remember, you are beautiful, you have purpose, and you have value. I said those wrong. Well, they're all right, but I usually say them in a certain order. Let's try this again. You are beautiful. Yes, you are. You have value, so much value. And you have purpose, so much purpose. So that's how we're going to start off. The next thing we're going to talk about is which mirror talk are we doing today? We're doing mirror of acceptance. If you were on my website where I blog every week on www.icme.net. If you are there, then you've kind of read about this, but I just wanted to hop on and talk about it a little bit. Mirror of acceptance. Now, what are we accepting? We're accepting you with your beautiful, valued, purpose self. That's what we're accepting. And guess what else? We're accepting all that comes with every part of you. We're going to start with, how we tolerate our friends. They may have some things that aren't quite like us, but we tolerate them. Or they may do things a different way from us. We put up with it. Or, they live life a little different, but we're accepting because that's who they are. Then when it comes to us and our flaws and our issues and our situations, we are so much harder on ourselves. I don't understand that. I need us to be as accepting of ourselves as we are of others. Okay? So, the challenge for this week is I want you to do this with me. I want you to stand in the mirror and I want you to find a flaw. Because guess what? As beautiful as we are, as valuable as we are, as purposeful as we are, we're still not perfect. We're just not. Now, we are wonderful, but we're not perfect. So we have flaws. Here's the deal about flaws. Some of those flaws have gotten us where we are now. Some of those flaws, they started off maybe like a little stumbling block, but then they became stepping stones for us. Like sometimes, I've heard people say, and I know I've said it, when you see a small kid and, they talk all the time. And you're like, oh my gosh, you've got to stop talking. But then later on in life, they're, on CNN or they have their own podcast or TV show or they're a comedian, like whatever the case. But that talking that some used to consider a flaw or drove somebody crazy now has become one of the greatest things in their lives. Okay? So let's say, you were in middle school and you're like, I'm the middle school girl who's 5'11". And you're like, I'm never going to get I never get to date. I'll never have a partner. All these things. And then you end up being in the WNBA. I mean, now here we go. The height is great. Okay? So we're going to pick some flaws that bother you. Okay? Like, there are some flaws that bother other people. They're not flaws. Like, people may not love this girl right here, this chocolate skin, but I do. So that's not a flaw. All right? Some people may say, I don't know. I see, it's so hard for me. Whatever. They may come up with something. You don't have your eyelashes aren't long enough, or your ears are small. I don't know. Whatever the case may be. But we're not talking about other people's flaws. We're talking about flaws, the ones that bother us. Okay? Those. All right? They could be character flaws. They could be physical. They could be emotional. I mean, there's all these things that it could be. Let me tell you one of my flaws. For example, I love hard. Now, somebody may say, oh my gosh, that's a great thing. It is in one light, in another light it's not. Okay? Because it'll get me in trouble. Because I love hard. Which means, I'm going to do a podcast about this, but let me just give you a quick one. Okay? Which means, if the people I love, that means I'm going to hell and back for you. Walking on hot coals. Will come and get you from whatever. I am like all the way in. And then sometimes I'm like, I'm all the way in too fast. Like, Jackie, slow down. Okay? So, that is a flaw of mine because I find myself, I'll be like, like the person that I love, they'll be like right here. They're like, I'm kind of like right here. I'm a little upset or whatever. And then here's me up here. Like, you can't even see me on the screen. I'm up here because you upset somebody I love. And now I'm. So that's a flaw. Okay. If I had to think of a physical flaw, it would be, I wish I had better like brows. Like, I see people with like thick brows. I'm like, woo, nice. You killing the brows. I love it. Wear the brows. Okay, so then you know what I do? I just shave mine in and move on about my business because it's what God gave me. I just got to love it. So I want you to look in the mirror, think of a flaw. Then I want you to write it on one side of the mirror. Like, I'm going to write, love too hard. Want some thicker eyebrows. All right. Then I want you to go to the other side of the mirror. Like, you're writing in, I don't know, dry erase, lipstick, whatever makes you feel good on your mirror. Put a sticky note up there. If it drives you crazy to write on your mirror, put a sticky note. Okay, then the other side of the mirror, you're going to write great things about you. Things you love. Okay? Now, somebody is going to say, there's nothing I love. Then you know what you're going to write? You are beautiful. You have value. You have purpose. You always have 3. The 3 I give you all the time. So you always have 3. Okay? So you're going to write my flaws over here. Then you're going to write all the wonderful things about you. You can write a whole list if you want to, because I can just like keep one on my mirror. A whole list of things. Then I want you to stand in that mirror with this and this and tell yourself, I accept all of you. All of you. Somebody may have wrote, my legs are skinny. Somebody may have wrote, I'm overweight. Somebody may have wrote, my hair has fallen out, because of a, issue. Somebody may have wrote, it's a myriad of things, I don't like my neck. I don't like my chin. My fingers are long. My fingers are stubby. My toes, or whatever the case may be. You can just list it. But I want you to write them there. And then I want you to stand in front of that mirror. All right? And then I want you to say, point to yourself if you need to, I accept you. Tell yourself that. I accept you. I accept your flaws because they make you who you are. I accept your strengths because they make you who you are. I accept all the parts of you because it is all of the parts of you that make you beautiful. It is all of the parts of you that make you valuable. It's all of the parts of you that make you have purpose. Okay? Well, you can walk in it. God kind of put the purpose in you. But it's all those parts of you that make you walk in that purpose. So I want you to stop focusing on trying to fix this flaw, trying to make this right. I am not saying if you need to be healthier, be healthy. But along the way, accept this is where I am right now, and I accept it. And then when I'm somewhere else, I'll accept that. But there are certain things that are outside of your control. Let's just accept them and love it. Okay? If you don't like the color of your skin the way I like the color of my skin, write that on there because I want you to start accepting. I love and accept me. All of me. All the parts of me, the parts other people don't like, I accept them. The parts that kind of drive me a little crazy, I accept them. The parts that people have talked about, I accept them. Because I'm not just one side of the mirror. I am all of these things. And it's all of these things that make us what? That makes you beautiful, that makes you have value, and that helps you walk in that purpose that's created in you. So, get done with your challenge for this week. Okay? Accept all of that wonderfulness that's called you. Until next time.